All right, so here's the plan. The plan is that we are going to do a tier list of every 100 Thieves and LA Thieves jersey that they have released or at least made somewhat public. I say that because we have some jerseys here on this list that were not like a traditional release to the public. They were maybe like limited edition jerseys, or I don't know if I have any that are leaks. I think they're mostly just the limited edition ones. We have jerseys dating all the way back to the start of 100 Thieves with the OG baseball jersey that the Thieves did, all the way up to the most recent, that's not a word, the most recent release in the LA Thieves jerseys. Now I'm sure we're going to get some new jerseys coming this year for 2026 for the 100 Thieves umbrella, not just for LAT. But I actually did this video a while back and my mic was cutting out throughout all of it. That was before I got my new mic. So I wasn't able to actually release the video, and I figured, you know what? Why not do it live? We can go live, we could do it live and turn it into a video that way. So I figured that's what we do today. Let me get out the ideas that I had for my opinions on these jerseys, because I have a ton of jerseys. I wish I could like move my camera to show you all the jerseys that I have. They're in the closet to the left of me, but I have a ton of the Thieves jerseys. Now, I don't have all of them on this list. I would love to have all of them on this list, but we have a lot, so I feel like I can speak on what I think is fire and what I think is not. We're trying to go as best in order as we possibly can. So we're starting off with the OG baseball jersey. The OG baseball jersey. We got this bad boy right here. Look at a young Nate at the start of the 100 Thieves release. But this is what we're kicking off with. We got the black with red pinstripes. This is one that I think a lot of people really enjoyed. And you'll see as we get a little farther into the tier list that the Thieves actually released a newer version of that for LAT. Now, the original one, I did get this jersey. I do have this jersey. I like it a lot, but I think the baseball jersey is not necessarily my favorite. I'm not the biggest fan of the baseball jersey style out of all of the jerseys that the Thieves have done. I'll just put it that way. I do think because it was the original, it's kind of like what got everything kicked off. I think there's some good relevancy to it. I think I'm going to have to go with a B on this one. I'm going to go with a B. In look, I should say this. We can readjust this as we go through, because I think the more I put on this list, the more I'm going to be able to say like, "Hey, I don't think this fits here, or I think this is better than that." Like that type of thing. So, we might move some things around. This is the start of this is going to be sort of like a rough outline, and then we'll kind of make more executive decisions at the end to say what we think really deserves to be where. Um, but yeah, I would say this is probably a B for me. Um, you could make. I do kind of agree with you, Vivi. This might actually be a C. I might actually put this as a C. Um, it's like I said, it's a nice jersey. Baseball jersey is just not my favorite. And really, if you have the jersey itself, it's not like the most comfortable jersey either. So, I feel like my thought process of moving it up to a B would be more so because of that it was kind of like the first one. This kind of set the tone. But outside of that, I'm really not like in love with this jersey. I'm not in love with this jersey. And that's coming from a Chicago Bulls fan who loves the black with red pinstripes. And I know that that was some of the inspiration, since Nate Shot is from Illinois. So I I'm gonna stick with C. I think C is reasonable. Like I said, we can go back and kind of change things up a little bit. Next up here, we got it is the white pinstripe. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. The white pinstripe is just it's better. It's just better. It is. And I think a big part of that for me is I like white jerseys. White jerseys are just really clean. Now, I might go back and forth on this. I'll be honest with you. Throughout these jerseys that we see, I might go back and forth on this because some of the black jerseys are really nice. But between these two, I think I got to go the white geoprint and this one or not geoprint, pinstripe. My bad. This one I might have to go B. Now, I'll be honest, it's probably going to be a low B, but I might have to go B on this one cuz I mean, dude, the white pinstripe, it just looks so clean. I don't know. I will say one of the things that I feel like the Thieves kind of messed up on when it comes to these baseball jerseys in particular is, and I guess you could say this with future jerseys down the line as well, but the lack of like, or there were only so many that you could do that were customizable, I feel like. And I think having customizable jerseys, in my opinion, has been awesome when the Thieves have done it. But this is one that I think for a long time when they first were released, you weren't able to do customizable nameplates on the back. So that's the only thing for me I don't necessarily like love, but they're still good jerseys. Still good jerseys. It's really clean, but I don't think there'll be better ones. This is high C, low B. That's what I'm saying. Like the baseball jerseys to me are not, they're not peak. Maybe that's like the best way of putting it for me. They're not peak. Sticking on the early baseball jersey design here, I did have a little bit of a Freudian slip. We have the geoprint jerseys. Now, these ones, I mean, I love the geoprint. I love that the Thieves do the geoprint. We haven't had, I would say, as much geoprint as we used to. And I'm sure there's reason for that. We did have this past year, the Adidas jerseys had the geoprint on it as well. But I mean, when I think 100 Thieves, I think of the geoprint. I don't know about anybody else, but that's definitely what I think of, you know? So for me, I I really like the geoprint idea. And I'm glad that in some sense it has still stuck around. I think out of the 3 early baseball jerseys, this one's probably my favorite because it's just a little different. It's a little different. And that's a big thing for me. I like when things are a little different. I do. I'm a different guy. I'm a weird kind of guy, you know? So I like having different styled jerseys. That one is the best out of these 3 baseball jerseys. Next up, we got, and this is one I forgot about. I'll be completely honest with you guys. This jersey that's up next, I completely forgot about. And I don't know if oh, there it is. This was the League of Legends uh like all white jersey. Um I don't know if this one was ever officially released. Um I don't recall it ever being released, or at least having the opportunity to try and buy it off of the 100 Thieves website. So this one I feel like is more of a limited jersey. And when we're going off of like the Thieves branding and what we kind of see from the Thieves now, I would say this jersey doesn't really fit the Thieves like direction in some sense. But I do think it's a very aesthetic jersey. Like it's just very clean. It's nothing special. I think it's a clean jersey. I like it. Um, but I would say this is probably a C. I would say this is a C for me. Like I think I guess Vivi, I would agree that it probably it doesn't represent 100T as much. So maybe that would be the thing that drops it down to a D for me. but I think the overall look of the jersey is not a bad look. I think it's nice. It's easy to look at. So for me, I don't have that much like hate against it. Now, the next jerseys we got coming up, I'm gonna be honest with you, we're about to go on a generational run here in my eyes. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. The next set of jerseys that we have, and I'm talking for a good while here, are probably my favorite jerseys the Thieves have ever released. I'm just gonna be totally transparent here. They're probably some of my favorite jerseys I've ever seen from the Thieves. They are so nice. And we're kicking it off with none other than the Black Ops 4 Call of Duty squad, or I guess I should just say the 2019 jerseys. 2019 jerseys. We're starting off with the white. I mean, dude, I was so stoked to get this jersey when it released. And maybe there's some nostalgia to it. Maybe there's some nostalgia to it at this point because man, did I love watching the Black Ops 4 Call of Duty team rock these jerseys on the main stage going back to back. I mean, these jerseys are just so nice. I think the thing that holds them back for me, and if you don't have this jersey, you may not know, but they did the logo and the lettering on the front and the back as I think like a heat press. So instead of it being like with this shirt, right, where it's like, it's in the shirt. The print is in the shirt. These are essentially the letters and stuff are essentially kind of just like stickers on the jersey. So over time, the more I have washed this, which I'll be honest, maybe this is gross. You guys might call me gross. I try not to wash this jersey as much as possible, but I also try to not wear it for long periods of time or in places that it's going to get dirty, if that makes sense. These jerseys, I know like the lettering will peel the more you wash and dry it. So that's why for me, it's like I'm going to try and let them rock for a while. And as long as they don't stink, as long as they don't smell, they're clean enough for me. As long as something doesn't get on them, they're clean enough for me. So that's the biggest downside in my mind of this jersey. Outside of that, I actually love the long sleeve. I love the long sleeve. So I'm gonna put this one in A. And I'm being I could put it in S. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could put it in S, but I'm gonna leave it in A because I want S to be like the special tier. I want that. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. I want it to be for some special jerseys because there's some on here that are just so nice. They're so nice. Next up, though, I'm sure you guys can guess. We have the 2019 black long sleeve jerseys. And these ones, man, something that I love about these, the back of the jersey with the Thieves nameplate is not this it's not the press on. It's not the press on. So or the number, sorry. The number is not a press on, which is nice because the number on my white jersey is like peeling a little bit. But this one, you don't have as much of a problem with that because it's only the front that has the pressed on stuff for it. So that is a huge win for me. Not only that, I forgot to mention it with the other ones. This jersey is actually pretty comfortable. It's a pretty comfortable jersey. And I feel like for people who care about this, it's kind of form fitting. It's kind of form fitting. So in some sense, I feel like if you got a little bit of muscle on you, it might make you look even better. You know what I mean? It's a nice looking jersey. This is one I mean, I think I agree with Vivi on this one. I got to throw this one in an S. This is the first S jersey we're going to get on the day. I mean, it's just so nice. It's so clean and like Vivi said, it's 100 Thieves. When you think of 100 Thieves, I feel like that is the type of jersey that you think about. At least I think about. That's what I think about. Next up, we got a special one here. We got a special one. We got the limited edition Cash App 2019 jersey. Oh man, oh man. Man, oh man. I don't know about you guys. I love this jersey. I love it. I'm still mad that I don't have this jersey. I think as long as I go without this jersey, I will always be upset. I will always be upset. This jersey, I know they're not part of Cash App anymore, right? Like Cash App is not part of the Thieves anymore. But oh my goodness, I love this jersey so much. And I think it's just again, it's different. It stands out, but it's still that same jersey style as the previous ones we were looking at. So for me, that's what I love about this jersey. And the green is like a good green. It's not one of those like gross greens that you don't like. There's another jersey on this list that we'll see later that is a green that I don't really like. But this is a green that looks good. So for that, I'm putting it an S. I'm putting it an S. I have to. I have to. It's it's just so nice. It's so nice. It's clean. It's pretty. It's different. I love it. But next up, we got essentially the same jerseys here. Um, it is just the short sleeve version of these jerseys. As you can see, it's a little different, obviously. Like I said, short sleeve is kind of like the big difference here, but uh, they also have more of like the black as the like trim, I would say. Whereas I feel like on the other jerseys, it was more of like a red trim. So I think that these are nice. I think they're clean jerseys. Um, I do like short sleeve jerseys, but I just feel that the long sleeve jerseys are a little better. And I think a big part of that is because I really like the the design here. I like how it goes down the whole sleeve. I think that adds to the jersey. So that's why I think I'm going to stand on the long sleeve jerseys a little more than I would the short sleeve jerseys. Um, with the white jerseys, I think I'll put these in B. I think they're probably see, this is where it gets hard because do I think they're better or worse than these? You know what? Low key, maybe I go high C. I might go high C here. And like I said, we can adjust these as we go on, but for right now, I think I got to go with the high C. The high C. And I'm not talking the juice. I'm not talking the juice. Next up, we got the black version of the same jerseys. And once again, I think this is where I'm kind of contradicting myself. The black jerseys look better than the white jerseys. I know earlier I said the white jerseys are really clean. I like white jerseys, but this is a situation where these black jerseys just look better than the white ones, in my opinion. I think having the red instead of the black going down, obviously you have a black jersey, so you can't really do a black stripe going down the side. But I think the black and the red just looks better in my opinion. And as Vivi said earlier, I just think it's more Thieves. This to me feels more like the Thieves. So with that being said, I'll probably put this in B above the white baseball jerseys. As much as I like the white baseball jerseys. All right. Now we are diving into the 2020 year where we got a lot of jerseys, I feel like, between 2020 and 2021. And as I said, to me, this is probably my favorite stretch of jerseys. I think there is pretty much not a single jersey that missed the mark, in my opinion. And it started, if I'm not mistaken, it started off with these. If I'm not mistaken, it started off with the breads. And this like style of jersey, I don't know what it is, but I loved the 2020 and the 2021 style of jersey so much. Again, the material very comfortable. I think these jerseys were nice because they were like they had the gives it that pop. It gives it that pop that you want to see on a jersey, and you can still see like the design and the texture of the jersey. You know what I mean? Like you can still see the background design despite the fact that it's an all black jersey. And the red just looks so nice sticking out. So for the 2020 bread jerseys, I think I'm going to I think I'm going to put these in A. I think I'm going to put those in A because I really like how the red pops out. It's very basic, so maybe we could put it high B, but it's just it's just a nice jersey. It's a nice jersey. Up next, we got this is the 2020 alternate jersey, which we're back to the long sleeve, and this is essentially the same jersey, just uh, kind of a grayscale. Essentially, we got no red on this jersey, um, which I don't necessarily mind. Yes, I do like when the jerseys have all of the Thieves colors in them, but I think it's nice to have a variety of jerseys, and plus it's the alternate. You know what I mean? So it you kind of expect it to be a little different. When you see alternate jerseys in traditional sports, they're not always rocking the same colors as they do with the original jerseys. With that being said, I do think this is a B for me. I think it's a B for me because, like I said, with the other jerseys, I really like the pop of the red. I think that's what really sticks out to me with those jerseys, and we just don't get that with the alternate. But speaking of red, we get the 2020 red jerseys. Now, this is a jersey I do not have. Actually, I should say I also don't have the alternate jersey of 2020. I do have the bread jersey though. The bread jersey is one that I don't break out as much anymore, but it used to be probably like my go-to jersey. Um, early days of 100 Thieves. But this red jersey is one that I really enjoy. I've been pushing for a while now that I think the Thieves should have more red jerseys, and I think the overarching 100 Thieves have done that. Where I've been pushing for it more so is like LA Thieves. I would love to see the LA Thieves have like a Sunday red jersey instead of doing like the championship whites and people thinking that the Thieves are just copying Optic when that's something that a lot of teams have done. Like it's not just an Optic thing. But either way, I think if the Thieves had a red like Sunday jersey, it would just be like their own thing in a sense. And so last year I was kind of disappointed when I saw FaZe did a red jersey like that. But I could yap about that for a while. That's not what this video is about. This jersey, I love it. I love it. Similar to the breads, the red just pops out. I also like that it is a long sleeve jersey. And you could maybe argue that because I don't have this jersey that I kind of like it more. Um, I'm gonna put it in A, and I'm gonna put it above the breads. I think what I like about the breads is similar to what I like about the red jersey. The biggest difference with the red jersey is it's a long sleeve, and I kind of like the long sleeve about it. I like the long sleeve look about it. So for me, that's why I'm gonna put it above the breads. Next up, we got the white 2020 jersey. And as you can see, there's a lot of jerseys here, folks. There's a lot of jerseys. Um, this one's a good one. It's a good one. I do not have this one. It's clean. You got that. This kind of has a little bit of a pop of black to the jersey instead of the red pop because it's, it's a white base jersey. Um, with that being said, I like it. I do like it, but I don't think I like it enough to have it on the same tier as the red jersey and the bread jersey. Uh, the only thing is, do I think enough of it to be in B or high C? That's where I'm a little unsure because I I don't know. It's nice, like I said, it's clean, but it is kind of basic. It's kind of basic. So in that sense, I think I'm gonna go C. And we'll decide later if I want to keep it behind the 2019 short sleeve jerseys. We'll decide later if that's what I want to do. Next up, we got one that is a limited edition jersey, and it is the 2020 Chipotle jersey. I couldn't find a lot of pictures of this one. This was really the only picture I could find of it, but I remembered that they did this when they were partnered with Chipotle, and I love this jersey. I think this jersey is great. I love the red colorway. Um, and I think because it's a special edition jersey, I don't think this was ever released. If anything, it was just like a giveaway type of thing. Um, I really like this Chipotle jersey. I wish we could see more of it so we could like really get a good idea of what the whole jersey looks like. But um, from what I remember, this is a nice one. It's definitely one of my favorites when it comes to the 2020 jerseys. Um, it might be my favorite. It might be my favorite. Uh, I might I might put it a top of A, and I feel like it's sniffing S. I feel like it's sniffing S. That's I don't know about you guys, but I really like that jersey. Um, and then we got two more limited edition jerseys here. We'll start off with the Cash App green. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this one's just not as good as the 2019 Cash App. I'm sorry, but it's not. It's just not as good as the 2019 Cash App. There's no other way to put it. I think this is I don't know. I don't know how to explain it very well because if we're being honest here, if we're being completely honest here, I feel like you could argue, maybe not. Maybe you can't argue it. I'm gonna be honest here. I was gonna say maybe you can argue that this is pretty similar with the amount of green. It's a similar color green, but it's not the same, man. It's not the same. It's just not. It's not the same. There's so much more white on this jersey. The green is not too overbearing. I think the texture of the jersey at the top here is what really makes it stand out. Um, and not only that, but like this just is it's bland. Like I don't know that it just there's not a lot to it. There's not a lot to it. So for me, this is probably going to be the biggest jump we've had. This is going in D. It's not great. It's really not. Um, I don't know. I just think it didn't pan out maybe how you would hope, especially after the original Cash App jersey. Then we have the JBL version of this jersey, um, and this one I do like more. I like it more than the Cash App one. I think the Cash App one, maybe it's just because of the green. As I said, there's some green jerseys that are great, and there's some that are just really bad, and you have to have like a good balance to it. I feel like with this jersey, we have the like JBL reddish orange color. Um, I would definitely say more of an orange, and I like this one, but I also know I'm a big fan of the color orange. I got some Dutch blood in me, so me and my family love love the color orange because of the Dutch soccer team and their orange jerseys and all that stuff. So I'm a big orange guy. I like the color orange, especially when it's done the right way. And I like how the bottom of this jersey looks as well, to where it kind of fades to a lighter color. Um, with that being said, it's definitely not my, it's not my number one of the 2020 jerseys. Uh, I think for this one, I'll probably put it like C. Yeah, I'll put it C. It's nice. I like it, but it's not it's not up here. It's just not. And I can't put it there. Now that we are done with 2020, we are diving into the 2021 jerseys. And I know I already said it. I know I already said that this stretch of jerseys is my favorite, but I'll be honest, I think 2021, there was not a single miss. I don't think there was a single 2021 miss. And it started off with the black jerseys. We go back to the long sleeve. And I don't even know what you would consider this design. I don't know. I'm not like, I love clothes, I love fashion, all that kind of stuff. I'm not this deep in it. I don't know what you would consider this, but I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And I think the again, it pops, it sticks out. It's just really a really aesthetic jersey. And I don't know, they're comfortable. The jerseys are comfortable. I have this one and I love the long sleeve. Again, I feel like the way it fits is great. It's a similar fit to the 2020 and the 2019 jerseys. And I just love that. I love it. They're comfortable. They look great, and they're different. You're not going to see a lot of people with a jersey like this. So for me, we're kicking off 2021 with a bang. I'm putting it. Actually, I'm going to put it over the white 2019 jersey. I will. I'll do it. I don't care. I don't care. Next up, though, we got the 2021. More of like a. It's a I don't know if I'd wanna call it a white jersey. This is actually the jersey I wore the other day. Let me grab it real quick. We got it right here. We got it right here. We even got it customized. Something I forgot to mention, I love that we were able to customize these jerseys and get our names on the back of them. I love that. Um, but this is more of like a, maybe you could say like a stone white. Uh, maybe I don't know. I don't know the best color um to explain it, but it's definitely not like a pure white. It's not a pure white. It's got more like gray tones to it. And again, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I just love this design of it. Um I will say though, I don't like it as much as the black jersey. Um and so if we're going in order here, I'd probably put it behind the red 2020 jersey. Um, because like I said, I still really like it. I still really like the jersey. It's just I don't I don't like the stone or like the light gray look as much as I like the black. And I think a big part of that is because the red pops more on the black jersey compared to the gray or dark white. I don't know. I don't know how you would call that. Now we're getting into the non-traditional 2021 jerseys. Actually, let's go with the 2021 Worlds first. I don't know if this was later in the year. Um, I think it might have been. So maybe some of the other ones came first, but the 2021 Worlds jersey, I really like this camouflagey design to it. And I think it's kind of cool that it's only on the one sleeve. I I think the camouflage designs still fit similar to the other iterations of this jersey while not having like the lines going through it. And in some sense, this was a special edition jersey too, because it was for Worlds. It wasn't, the regular jerseys. And the cool thing with these as well is on the back, you got to put your national flag. So if you got a custom jersey, I believe you were able to customize which flag you got on the back. Um, and you could do your name as well. So like I got mine customized with the Zeeks on the back and then the US flag. I don't remember specifically if they only did the flags of like regions that were competing in worlds or how exactly that all worked. Um, but this one we only got a black iteration of this jersey. We did not get a white with the red design, which I think if I'm going to be honest, maybe that's a little bit of a fumble. I think if we could have had another iteration of this style of jersey, that would have been really cool to see. But this is another really good jersey. Another good one in my opinion. I think out of the other 2021 jerseys, it probably goes above the. I might put it right behind. I'm gonna put it behind the 2019 white jerseys. I think I'm gonna do that because I still think the original 2021 jersey is better, and it's simple, it's clean, it looks real nice. After the World's jersey here, we're getting into more of the special edition jerseys, which we have less less of them. We'll start off with the Cardinal jersey. Now, I don't have this one. I have a version similar to it. It is essentially this jersey, but not the orange lettering up top, or like the reddish orange in the logo. I don't wear it anymore though because I did get it signed by my one and only Nate Chat, the goat. He signed it, so I have it in a shadow box that is off to the side. I need to kind of redo it because it's not sitting cleanly, but similar jersey here. We got the white with again this red and black striped pattern that goes through it. This time it's a short sleeve jersey. This is the first short sleeve of the 2021 season that we're seeing here. And I actually really like the Cardinal. I love the red up here, the reddish orange. I think it's a great look. Um, I do think I don't love the short sleeves quite as much. Don't love the short sleeve jerseys quite as much, but I still like them a lot. I think I would put these probably above the World's jerseys, if I'm being honest. I think I would put these above the World's jerseys. Um, as I said, this is going to be a generational run for the Thieves jerseys. We got a lot of them that are going to go high here. A lot of them that are going to go high. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. Then we got the Grubhub jerseys. These are very similar, a little different, I think. They might actually no, they are different. Because we got the black stripe versus red stripes pretty much the whole way through. I think this is like a deeper red probably. Um could be wrong on that. Could be wrong on that. But out of the two, I think the Cardinal one is probably better. Um I like that it's different, but it just feels kind of looking at it right now, it just feels very plain, I would say. Just feels very plain. So this one I'm probably going to put like low B. And that might be the lowest we get on the 2021 jerseys. Might be the lowest we get. Next up, we got a banger in my opinion. We got an absolute banger in my opinion. Now, this is how you do a green jersey right here. I know the overall jersey is not green, but this is such a pretty green color. It's so pretty to me. And you got the logo in the green stripes with the black. It's simple, but it's nice. And I feel like that's what you need when you're doing a green jersey. This is nice. Limited edition here. This is another one I would have loved to have this one. Absolutely loved to have it. I think I did see there were a couple people that got it. I think it was another giveaway jersey, and unfortunately was not able to win that giveaway. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty, and because of that, I think I'm gonna put it top A, and again maybe sniff an S. Might be getting up to the S category, depending on how I'm feeling. We'll see. We'll see once we get towards the end of the tier list here. But I might be pushing. I might be pushing for higher. Next up, we got another banger. Another banger. AT&T. AT&T collab jersey here. I love this jersey too. The blue is just a very nice color. I love the blue. It's I think because it's a sky blue. I really like the sky blue colors. I don't like more of the darker blues as much typically. But this is just a really nice one, and it's completely different from the other ones. There's not a single one that is like this one from the 2021 year. So for me, I really like this blue jersey. Again, another one I would love to have in my arsenal, but unfortunately I don't. This one, once again, we're going up to A. I do think I'm gonna put it in front of. I might put it behind the Chipotle 2020 jersey and behind the Cash App 2021 jersey. Now we're getting into. Let's see. I think these were kind of one-offs here. Okay, up next we have, where is it at here? The 2021 JBL jersey. This one I definitely like more than the last year or the previous year's JBL jersey. I think a big part of that is just the design of the 2021 jersey is better than the 2020 jersey. And really that's all I can say about it. I think the design of the 2021 jerseys is just straight up better than the 2020 jerseys. So for that, I think I'm gonna put it high B. I think I'm gonna put it top of B. Um, I really like the orange color, and the 2021 design is just a really good design. Straight up, it's just a good design, and I wish they had more like it. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I wish they had more like it. Next up, we got the Dollar Shave Club 21 jersey, 2021 jersey. Sorry. I don't know if you guys remember, the Thieves did a Legends show match a while back, which let's do that shit again. What? Um, but when they did that, they brought out these two jerseys. They had the pink Dollar Shave Club and the, I would say, navy Dollar Shave Club jerseys. And I mean, dude, for like a one-time event jersey, these are nice. These are really nice. I think the Dollar Shave Club coloring is really really good color scheme. The navy with the pink is really cool. Um, and obviously vice versa. I believe these were the two teams that competed against each other in the show match. You had Nade, Clay, Formal, and Rambo Ray taking on JCap, the Bosch Man, Zuma, and Crim6 and Aches going up against each other. And it was a cool event, if I remember. It was a cool event that they did. And I I I would love to see the Thieves do more stuff like that. I would love to see him do more stuff like that. But that's not what this video is about. We're talking about the jerseys here. Uh, as I said earlier, typically don't love the blue jerseys as much when it's not like a sky blue. I think sky blue is probably my favorite, but this is a really nice blue jersey that I think works really well with like the pink. Um, where do I want to put this one? Where do I want to put this one? I might put this top of B. And I say that because this one's going up higher. This one's going up higher. The pink is so unique, but it's not like the phase pink. No disrespect to phase, but it's not like the phase pink. It's it's got more of a I don't even know, like it's a deeper pink. It's not like the bright neon pink. It's like a deeper pink that has a little bit of a darker tone to it. Uh and I just think it looks good with the blue and the white. It still has the pop of the white in the lettering and stuff. So for me, the pink jerseys, I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna put them ahead of the Cardinal jersey. I think I'm gonna put them ahead of the Cardinal jersey. I feel like you could argue that the Cardinal jersey, like some of these jerseys up here, should be ahead of them because of the idea that that jersey is not like 100 Thieves, whereas the other ones are with the red and their actual colorways. But it just it's such a nice, pretty color on the jersey that I have to put it up higher. All right, now we are diving into 2022. In 2022, I don't think we really had too many jerseys in comparison to like 2021. 2021, like I said, we had a lot of jerseys come out of that year. But we're starting off 2022 with the cream long sleeve jersey here. And I like these jerseys. These are the first time they did the collar. And I think a lot of people really liked that. I think you would consider these more of a rugby jersey. Whereas as we get later into some of the Thieves iterations of collared jerseys, it starts to go down more the path of like soccer or football jerseys, as you will. And these ones are kind of heavy. They're kind of heavy. They're a thicker jersey. Um, I think the thing that I do like about these jerseys is because of the style of shirt or jersey that they are, you can wear them kind of just normally, I feel like. Yes, it still has that jersey look, but it also feels like it could just be a regular shirt. And part of that, I think, does come with the weight. The downside of that, as somebody who lives in Arizona, it's very hot here a lot. So I don't have a lot of times that I want to wear these heavy jerseys because I'm gonna get too hot and I don't want to be burning up while I'm wearing this jersey. But it's a clean jersey. Um I wouldn't say it's anything special. It's nice. I like it, but for me I think this goes probably like middle pack C. Middle pack C. Um just not my favorite out of all of them. Um I like it, but there's a lot of better ones on the list, I'll say. Okay, next up we got the short sleeve version of the cream jerseys. And because of that, I don't want to go too deep into detail on this one. It's, same jersey, just short sleeve instead of long sleeve. Um, because it's a short sleeve and some of the circumstances that I'm in, I think I'm gonna put it higher, but not much higher. We're keeping it pretty much neck and neck. I mean, it's the same jersey. It's the same jersey. It's just short sleeve. Um, believe I have the short sleeve of the black jersey. I don't think I have the short sleeve of the cream jersey. Um, again, it's a nice jersey, just not. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't compete with some of the ones up here. Then we dive into the black version of these jerseys. We got the black long sleeve first, and then we got the black short sleeve. As I said, I believe I have the black short sleeve. I know I have the black long sleeve. Um, again, same jersey as the other one. I think for me, the black for this jersey is better than the cream. I also like it because every time I tend to wear light colored stuff, I always feel something that is a dark color and it pisses me off. So having a black jersey is nice because I'm less likely to do that. With this, I'm going to put these. I don't know if I want to keep these in C and just put them ahead of that. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the rugby jerseys. I'm not a big fan of the rugby jerseys. They're not my favorite. They're not the worst, but they're not the best, you know? So I feel like C kind of makes sense for where they're at. Next up, we got two limited edition jerseys, and I actually have the first one here. I will say I have this jersey, and I like this one. I like it. I know it's not necessarily the sky blue. It's not necessarily sky blue. You do have it in the middle, but this blue is more of like a purplish blue. And I do like that because I like purple. I like purple. This is a good jersey. I think out of all of them, out of all of the ones that we've looked at so far, uh it's probably, I don't know. I could argue it being better than the black ones, but I don't know if I want to. Don't know if I want to. I will say I think it's better than the cream ones though. I do think it's better than the cream ones. I can maybe I can maybe move it up. I can maybe move it up and say it's better than the black jerseys. If I say it's better than the black jerseys though, it's better than these. And I would move it up to B, I think. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go that far. I don't know if I want to go that far. Next up, we got the 2022 Grubhub jerseys. And I love the purple on these. I love the purple and the orange. I think it's a unique colorway that we have not seen from the Thieves before. And honestly, because of that, I think I might put this a little higher. I think I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put it above the 2021 Grubhub jerseys. Actually, I really like the purple and the orange. It's different. It's unique. Um, and we haven't seen a purple jersey since. So that's where I'm gonna leave it. Now we got the 2023 jerseys, and we're starting off with the red. I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people didn't like this jersey. I think a lot of people thought this gave. I saw people said it gave McDonald's worker energy, which Donald workers don't wear red, so I don't know why they got that. But that's what some people were saying. This, I feel like, is when they started to lean more into the soccer or like football jersey era, I would say. And I like the red. It's really hard to see on the picture. I do have this jersey as well. It's hard to see, but there is actually a little bit of a pattern on here. Um, it's just the reds are so similar that I think it's really hard to see. But when you have the jersey yourself, there is a little bit of like a different design on it with similar reds. Um, I like it. I like it. It's good. We've said before, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of collared jerseys, but I also don't hate them. I think they can be a very classy, professional looking jersey. And I think that's what this Thieves jersey was going for. Or I think that's what the Thieves were going for when they made this jersey. So for me, I also like I should say before I fully make my decision here. The weight of this jersey is much lighter than the previous ones. So I do like that as well. It's a little easier to wear. You don't get as hot. That that's what I really like about these, especially again being in Arizona. It's easier to wear this. Now, with that being said, it's still not necessarily my favorite. I do like it, but it's not my favorite. I'll be honest though, looking at it right now, it is kind of making me rethink some of my decisions here. It's making me rethink some of my decisions because we have a lot here in C and we have a lot in A. And I'll be honest, I think these are C, but I also think they're higher than like all of these. I I think they're higher than every single one of these over here. If I'm being honest, I think these ones are all worse than the red and what is to come. So I think low key I might shift essentially like all of C down. Is that crazy for me to do? Is that crazy for me to shift all of C? Oh, see, but this is where it gets crazy. Do I really think that the baseball jersey is in C? Do I really think the OG is in C? I think this might be reasonable. I think this might be reasonable. Maybe we put this at the front of D. I think that's reasonable to do. I think that's reasonable. Then we take and we put the red jerseys in front of that. then we put the red jerseys in front of that. I think. I think the red jerseys are better than that. If I'm being completely honest with you guys. But I also think the red jerseys, they're nice. I like them, but uniqueness wise, I don't think they're the best out of the 2023 jerseys. And that leads us to the next up, which was the marble jerseys. Overkill said he doesn't like the collar jersey. That's fair. That's fair. I know a lot of people don't like the collar jerseys. I am not the biggest fan of colored jerseys, but I like them and I think they're classy. I do think they're classy. I think they're getting to a point where they're becoming a little overplayed. I will say that though. I feel like we're diving too much into it. We're kind of putting all our chips into the basket of hey, let's all wear collared jerseys. I don't love that. I like to have a collared jersey be sort of like a one-off thing. Every now and again you see it pop up, but I don't want like esports to be collared jerseys. Let's save that for football or soccer or whatever. Like let's save it for them or rugby. That's their thing. I think esports should have their own style of jersey, but I am glad we moved away from the paintball style jerseys. I will say that. All right, back to the marble jersey here. Marble jersey. This one is better than the red. I mean, it just is. It's better than the red. The design I think is different for everybody. It's a similar like design. Obviously, it's not going to be completely different, but it's not the same. Like the pattern of this jersey is different for everyone, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And that's also really cool. There's some uniqueness to it. And I like that. This one definitely better than the red jerseys in my opinion. I think hmm, I think maybe we go ooh, I think we go above the Grubhub. I think we go above the Grubhub. But I will say the next one I think is better. Up next, we got probably my favorite jersey from 2023, and it's the Woodland jersey. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. I saw when they posted about it, and I was just kind of like, I'm not a big like camo foresty look kind of guy. Like I don't typically love uh pants that have like this type of camo on it or even shirts. Like I'm not a big camo guy. But when I ordered it and I got it, I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. And like I said, I think it really became my number one 2023 jersey from that year. I like the marble one, but this one is just it's like it's a simple one and it's still unique. Um and I love that. I love that about it. So for me, I'm putting this one I'm putting this one reasonably high up. I think I'm going to put it maybe a couple ahead of the marble. Um but I don't know. That's one that is kind of hard for me to explain on why I like it as much as I do. It just once I got it in, I was like, man, I really like this one. I really like it. Then we got the where is it? The AT&T jersey. This is one I also wanted. As you can see here, this is kind of the pattern that the red jersey has as well. It's just harder to see because the reds match a little more. This is another one that I wanted. I think it's essentially the red jersey. You just don't have the patch here, like the black circle patch, and obviously it's all blue. So it looks a little different. I like the blue more than the red, if I'm being honest. Um, I think I would probably put this right behind the marble one. I would put it right behind the marble one. And actually, I'm going to move this Grubhub one down to C. I'm going to move it down to C because the more I look at it, the less I like it. I also am going to move this one up because I think it looks better than the Grubhub one. Okay. Okay. Now we got probably the worst one. I'm going to be honest. I hate this one. Okay. Hate's a strong word. Hate's a strong word. I don't like it. I don't like this one. And I hope I'm not the only one that thinks this way. This is the green I was telling you about. It's like too highlightery. Um, it just it doesn't do it for me. It doesn't do it for me. I don't like it. This is the Lexus collab. I'm putting this one. Oh man, this could be an F. This could be an F. I'm gonna put it D. I'm gonna put it back at D for now, and we can kind of make a decision as we get deeper into this. We can make a decision as we get deeper into it. Destiny says F. We'll see. We'll see. I might put it into F. I might put it into F. I want it. There's some that I kind of need to compare it to if I decide I'm putting it in the F tier. But that does it for the 2023 season. Now we jump into another solid season of 2024. We did not get a lot of jerseys, but they were nice ones. This is the first year that Adidas and 100 Thieves collaborated, and this was what started it all. The black or gray cloud jersey. I really like this one. I think it's a very nice jersey. And I've said before, maybe not like on stream or anything like that, but one thing that I absolutely love about the Adidas brand is the three stripes. No one else can do it. No one else can do it. It's trademarked. It's Adidas thing. And the three stripe down the sleeve or down the shoulder, down the arm, I love it, dude. I love this shit. I've seen there's been times where I'll just say other brands have tried to do a similar thing with it. And to me, it's just like, mm, You can't do it though. Like you can try, but you can't do it because it's Adidas. Like when I see the three stripes down the arm, I know it's Adidas. And I love that. I absolutely love it. Great quality jersey as well. It is a little on the baggier side. I tend to get XLs because I'm tall. The downside is I'm very skinny, so this jersey is pretty baggy on me. If I had to guess in this picture, Vinny is probably wearing a large because I might be about the same height as Vinny, but he's a little bigger than me. Um, and my jersey is pretty loose. I think I if I really wanted to, I probably could have gone for a large, but I didn't think it was going to be that baggy. So if you don't like baggy jerseys, this might go a little lower on your list. If you love baggy clothing, then this might go a little higher on your list. I know my girlfriend likes to wear baggy clothes sometimes. Sometimes it's more comfortable. Not necessarily my favorite, but I think the jersey looks great. I think I might have just ordered the wrong size for myself. You know what I mean? This one, I mean, this one deserves some gas. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it. Hmm, I don't want to put it too high because there's some that are coming up that are absolute bangers. They're absolute bangers. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go here. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there in A. We're starting to get heavy on the A's here. We're starting to get heavy on the A tier. But I think I like where that's at. I think I like where that's at. Next up, we got another great one. Another great one. We have the white with the gold accents. I think this one was primarily for EWC. But it was also kind of their secondary jersey. And I love the gold accents. The gold accents are great. You can't see it, but there is a like lighter color design that goes throughout the jersey. I think it says like Thieves or it's like the 100 Thieves logo as like a pattern in the background. I can't really see it on here. It's hard to see on here, but there is a pattern here. The gold accents are just so nice, so pretty. Um, I I'll be honest, I am a little conflicted though. I don't know if I would say I necessarily think it's better than the black jersey, but I could also argue that it is. I mean, I think they kind of go hand in hand, if I'm being honest. I really like the gold accents. So maybe I put it above the black jersey because of the gold accents. I really like that. It's something I thought that Thieves should have done after they won champs. I thought they should have done a jersey with gold accents, and we didn't get that. All right, this one coming up here. I mean, dude, this one's just a banger. This one is an absolute banger. This one slaps. This one is so nice, and pun intended, it's fire. It's literally fire. It is. And I think it helps when you have probably the hottest man alive in Vinny Hacker wearing the jersey for you. It's kind of unfair, but this one is so nice, and we get the three stripes going down the entire sleeve. It's a long sleeve, good feeling jersey. This is easily my favorite jersey from the 2024 season, and it's not even close. It's not even close. I absolutely love this jersey, and it's a great quality jersey as well. I think the texture of it is the same as the shorter jerseys, but it's a little more form fitting than I feel like the other jerseys are. This one is going an S. Absolutely going an S. Um, yeah, I'll put it behind the other two. I think it's hard to put it behind the other two, but um I think there's some nostalgia here that makes me want to keep these higher than the flame jersey, if I'm being honest. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do for now. Well, that does it for the 2024 jerseys. Now we're hopping in to this past season with 2025, and we're starting off with the white jersey. I really like this jersey. I think it's a great looking jersey. Super clean. I love that they brought back the geoprint. Um, I think, as I said earlier, I love when I see the Thieves have any type of geoprint on their apparel. It's just kind of the main thing I think about when I think of 100 Thieves. So I really like this jersey. Again, you have the stripes going down the side. You got a little bit more of the red accents in there, which is great. So this one, I think I'm gonna put in. I think I'm gonna put this one at the top of B, maybe. Because I like it. I don't know if I like it as much as the 2024 jerseys, but I I do like the geoprint that was added to it. But I think I'm gonna put it a little lower because up next we have the black version of this jersey. Now the picture that I have is not like the best of quality, so I do apologize for that. I'm pissed off that I don't have this jersey. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm pissed off I don't have this jersey. This is the jersey destiny that I'm too broke for. I'm too broke to get this jersey. I'm pissed off that this one sold out. I was hoping that they would bring it back, and it's seeming like they are not. But this one is amazing because it's got the red geoprint, but it kind of fades as it goes up. And I think that's really cool. Again, you have the red accents here by the shoulders, and you have the Adidas stripes. So this one for me is definitely higher than the other one, and honestly, I might put it above the 2025 or the 2024 jerseys. Um, it's just so it's again the black jersey here is great. The black jersey here is great. Gone through all the 100 Thieves jerseys. So this is without LA Thieves. We are now diving into the LA Thieves jerseys, and we're going to start off with the I guess you could say the traditional LAT jersey. The first LAT jersey we ever got. It is the black, I would say pretty basic LAT jersey. Um, Not a bad jersey, but these jerseys were stunted by the CDL. Let's just be honest. They were stunted by the CDL. I know that the Thieves organization could have made better jerseys than this, and I think a big reason they weren't able to is because of the Call of Duty League. Automatic S. I can't agree with that. I hope you're trolling. I hope you're trolling because this is not an S for me. This is the most mid jersey, I think, out of all the LAT jerseys. It's the most mid. Maybe not the most, but I'm going to put this one I'm going to put this one back of D. History behind it? Yeah, there is history behind it, but in my opinion, I consider the BO4 jerseys to be more historic than these. And yeah, you could say, well, the Thieves won champs in these jerseys, you know, sure. But these jerseys are what like essentially kicked off 100 Thieves COD. You know, we got the white jerseys next. Same thing. Same thing. These are they're mid. They're basic, they're plain. Um they're realistically these were cookie cutter jerseys. That's what they were. And I think that's the big reason why I don't have them as that high of a jersey even if you are saying that there's history behind it. Because if you go back during the what this was 2021 season that every team essentially had this jersey in their own color scheme and with their own logo and all that. Every team had this left armband. Every team had their their name here and their sponsors here. Like it's just a plain cookie cutter jersey, and for me that's why I put it so low. Um this one definitely goes behind the black jersey as well. Just don't love it. Next up, we probably got the worst. Well, you could argue if it's the worst or not, but I think a lot of people will probably say it's the worst. We got the checkered jersey. We got the LA Thieves checker jersey. I don't think a lot of people like these jerseys at all. I think a lot of people actually dislike these jerseys. Um, it just felt lazy, I think. Knowing that the Thieves had an opportunity to make new jerseys going into that season, it's just so underwhelming. It's such an underwhelming jersey. The I'll be honest, I didn't even bother. I didn't even bother getting this jersey. I have the other ones. I didn't even bother getting this one because I was like, dude, it is no better than what we had. You could almost argue it's worse. What I don't know. I just don't see the point of the checker. I don't know. I don't like it. I just don't like it. For me, we're going back of D here. We're going back of D. And you know what? I am going to move this down to F. Sorry, Brooke. All right. Then we got the not the most recent, but the second most recent set of LAT jerseys, starting off with the unofficial LA Thieves jersey, which is the baseball jersey. And it's similar. It's very similar to the old one. Um I think where I will probably rank this a little higher is the quality is better. The jersey quality is better, and there's patches on it. This is a patch that is sewn onto the jersey, whereas for the OG jersey, it was just a print. So this one, I got to give it a little more credit because it's higher quality. Not only that, the pinstripes say LA Thieves down down the jersey. These all say LA Thieves. So I got to give him some credit and I got to give him more points for that. Because of that, I think I put it higher than these jerseys. I think maybe I go behind the white and black jersey in C. I'm not going to say it's much higher, but it is higher. And I might knock the Grubhub jersey down to top of C as well. So we can kind of balance it out a little bit cuz we're kind of heavy on specific tiers here. Okay, we got the 2025 jerseys. We're starting off with the black jerseys, then we'll move on to the white jerseys. Uh these are nice. These are much better than the traditional LAT jerseys that we had. I really like this. They considered it to be like the Venom symbiote design. I really like that. I think it's super cool. They did a great job with the black hoodie to match the jersey. If you put the hoodie on and then you wore the jersey over the hoodie, it like flowed really well. I think that was super cool that they did that. And I like these shoulder pads essentially, or like the shoulder pieces here with the red. It still has that sort of like pattern that goes throughout the entire jersey, but it's all red. This was the season I was really, really hoping we would get a red alternate jersey, and unfortunately, we did not get that. But I do really like this one. Now, I will say I think the white jersey is better. I think the white jerseys are super clean, and the white and gray, the red just pops a lot. Really like this jersey. Definitely in my opinion, a little higher than the red or the black jerseys. Now, where do I want to put these though? That's kind of the tough one. Um, because I do think they are the best out of the LAT jerseys. It's just a matter of how high up do I think these are compared to some of the other 100T jerseys. Because we got some other good 100T jerseys as we can see. I think for these, I might go, I might put these like, hmm, I don't know, man. I might put these in like mid B. I might put this mid B and I might put this as top of B. I think I might do that. I might do those as higher. I like those jerseys, man. I like those jerseys. I have to move them back. Now we are on to the current jerseys that just released or were just announced. Starting off with the 2026 black jerseys. And again, I know a lot of people don't like the collar, but I like these. I like these. They're very clean, they're very professional looking. I think again, the biggest thing I don't like about them is that we're doing the collared jersey when a lot of the teams in the league right now are doing a collared jersey. So it's not like a niche thing anymore. It's like this is sort of what everybody seems to be doing. And I just don't like that as much. I like when it's a more unique style of jersey in that regard with the collar, I should say. And we're just at a point where that's not really the case anymore. This is sort of becoming like the usual. This is what we see from majority of the teams in the Call of Duty League right now. And I don't like that. I would like to go back to more of like the BO4 jerseys, the long sleeve with the cool patterns on it. I just like that more. This is very clean though. I will give them that. These jerseys are very clean. They are very professional looking. And I think that for me is what kind of bumps him up a notch. It bumps him up a little bit. And I might, I don't necessarily love this, if I'm going to be honest with you, but I might have to put him in A. I might have to put these higher than the 2024 jerseys. And I know a lot of you guys might not like that. I know a lot of you guys might not like that, but I have to. I have to do it. And do I like I think I like the black jersey more of that. I think I like the black jersey a little more, but both are nice. Both are really nice. Now we're getting into like one of my favorites. And I don't have it yet, but if any of you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I have been pushing for a hockey jersey for a long time. I've been pushing for a hockey jersey probably since 2020, 2021. And we finally got a hockey jersey from the LA Thieves. And I didn't expect this to be what it looks like, but I really like it. I think the flames that are coming up from the bottom of it are super cool, and the font and the text in the middle is badass. I love this. And I love the 100 as the jersey number. That was something I had thought about for another idea of jerseys as well. I just think it looks great. I think the biggest thing that I don't like about it is probably these shoulder pieces here. I don't necessarily love that they did like the word mark for thieves here. I probably would have preferred them to do the circular LA Thieves logo, the one that has this, but then has the ring around it and says LA, Los Angeles Thieves or whatever. I think I would have liked that a little more up here on the shoulder pieces because that gives me more of hockey vibes. But outside of that, I like everything about it. I think this is great. and I'm glad we finally got a hockey jersey. I think because of that, I'm gonna put this in S. I'm putting it in S. Now I'm putting it at the end because I do think these jerseys are better, but I love this. I absolutely love this. Last but not least, I'm not even gonna talk about it much. I think we all know where this is going. I think we all know where this is going. These were never released, and low key, thank God they weren't. Thank God they weren't. This is the 100 Thieves prison jerseys. This is yeah. Is there a way for me? How do I add a row below? No bueno. That's what I'm gonna call this one. I'm gonna call it no bueno. There we go. There we go. Chalking that one. That one's not good. That one's not good. Just straight up. K-Mag, referee looking jersey. Yeah, this one is it's not good. It's not good. I don't like it at all. I don't know what they were thinking with it, but it's not good. All right, now I think we can go back and we can really like dive into this a little deeper here. Looking at it, I don't like that this is the only jersey that's an F tier. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to move this one to F tier. I'm going to move the checker jersey to F tier. I think I'm going to move this jersey to F tier. And maybe the white jersey to F tier. I think we'll do that. That balances that out a little bit. Then I think we can go. See, this is where it gets tough. This is where it gets tough. I feel like my S is basically cemented, if I'm being honest with you. I think this is basically cemented here. I would maybe throw these two into S. Potentially. I could see myself throwing this one into S and maybe leaving the Chipotle one in A. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Then if we're looking at B here, if we're looking at B, I low-key want to drop the alternate jerseys. I kind of want to drop the alternate jerseys to C. Again, the more I look at them, the more I think about them, the less I like them. I think I put them behind the Grubhub jerseys there. That kind of balances that out a little bit as well. So that's nice. Ooh, man. Ooh, man. The Adidas black and red and cream jersey is the best one. It should be number 1 in S tier. The Adidas black and red. This one? Because this one, this one is, I really like this one. I really like this one. I think you could argue it's number 1 for sure. I might actually put it ahead of the Cash App ones. I don't know if I can put it over the Black Ops 4 ones though. The Black Ops 4 ones are like, when I think of 100 Thieves, that's the jersey I think of. Maybe that's just me personally, but to me, the Black Ops 4 black jersey is so clean. I want the Thieves to do more jerseys like that. But I agree. The Adidas one, the flame jersey is so nice. It's so nice. Okay, let's go. Dude, see, I don't want to put these in F, but I also kind of do. I also kind of want to put these in F. They're not great. I don't know, but this one is actually like, it's clean though. It's clean though. And I just feel like I can't move some of these down, you know? don't feel like I can move some of these down. I could maybe move, yeah, I'll move these down. I'll move these down. These are the 2019 short sleeve white jerseys. I can move those down. And low key, oh man, this is tough. This is tough. I might be good with this. I might be good with this list as is. We got in order here. The number one jersey, in my opinion, and again, it's kind of a toss up between these two, but I think nostalgia purposes, gotta go with the BO4 black jersey. Then we got the 2024 Flame jersey, absolute fire. Then we got the Cash App 2019 jerseys. Love these. Great jersey. Still to this day, wish I had this jersey. Kind of sad that I don't. We got the new LA Thieves hockey jersey. This is the most recent jersey to be this high on the list. Then we got the 2021, I believe, the 2021 Cash App jersey. I absolutely love the green on this jersey. I like that it's more of like hints of the green rather than the entire jersey being that way. Those are the best ones in my opinion. I've said the Chipotle one, I feel like could be knocking on the door to S tier, and I think the AT&T one kind of is there as well. The rest I think are pretty set in my opinion. They're pretty set. Out of all the jerseys, how many do I have? Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 jerseys here. And that's not counting, there's one that I have that is not on the list, I don't think, but it's essentially this Cardinal one. So technically I have 24 because I don't think I have the short sleeve jersey of this. I don't think I have the short sleeve jersey of this. And I don't think I never got the white jerseys. I was never able to get the white jerseys. And I never bought the checker jersey. So out of all the ones that we have here on this list, and I don't know if this is all of them. There might be more. There might be more of them that we're missing out on. You guys can let me know. Anybody who watches this later as a YouTube video, you guys can leave a comment telling me what did I miss. You guys can give your takes on the order that you would put these jerseys. This is, I believe I did a like public tier list. So I think you can go in and you can make your own tier list. Yeah, I think if you just look up like 100 Thieves and LA Thieves jersey tier list on Tier List Maker, you can make your own and you can come up with your list that you would have out of all of these jerseys. I tried to find as many of the Thieves jerseys as I possibly could, the ones that I remember, and I tried to throw them in here. I don't know. I mean, I love 100 Thieves, I love LA Thieves, and I love all of their jerseys. But the 2021 to 2022, or the 2020 to 2021 jersey run was probably the best out of all the years for the Thieves, in my opinion. We need to see 100T give Thieves Talk all the jerseys. Agree? Hey, Steve, I like the way you think. I like the way you think. I will say Nate Shot followed me on Twitter because I showed how much 100 Thieves gear I had at the time, and I have more now than what I had then. That was like 2 years ago, I think. It was, I think, a little after the Attack on Titan release. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the 100 Thieves, LA Thieves jersey tier list. Let me know what you guys think about it, and I hope you guys enjoyed doing this. I know we didn't like talk as much for the live stream part of it, but I enjoyed doing this. There were a ton of jerseys to go through. You know, we're only going to get more as time goes on. So maybe down the line we can slowly update it with future jerseys that are coming out. But I wanted to get this one done before we got new jerseys for 2026 coming in.